Hello everyone, today I have got for you high rollers and gambling, huggable tail pillows, blessings on wonderful worlds, a little witch named Zero, and whatever the heck you measure with an ordinal scale. Once again, my name is Claysian, and you are watching Ohtalku. Hello, and thank you for joining me. Once again, I'm Claysian, and this is episode 2 of the Ohtalku News, coming to you on March 17th, 2017. Thank you so much for tuning in, and enjoy the talk. First up on the list, we've got Cockadoodie. But Claysian, what is Cockadoodie? Cockadoodie, the compulsive gambler, is a manga about gambling. But what makes it original is it's set in a high school. Okay, so it's not original, but what is original about the story is that this is not a school where they teach any kind of normal curriculum. No, this is a school where the super mega rich and wealthy send their prestigious young children to go learn about business, but the way they do so is very unorthodox. In this school, money is power, and in this school, in order to gain money, you gamble. In order to gamble, you must have money, so it's an endless vicious cycle, and obviously if you gamble, there's bound to be debt. Debt in this school is the worst possible detriment. Yes, in this school, if you are in debt of a certain amount or you have no way to repay it, you become a pet to the rest of the student body. If you are male, you're referred to as Poochie, and if you're a female, you're referred to as a Mickey or Mikey or something along those lines. But it is a nightmare, and it actually follows you after you graduate. So if you're unable to pay your debts, it follows you through life. If you're a fan of strategy anime, things such as Code Geass or Death Note, and even No Game No Life in a sense, then you're going to absolutely enjoy Cockadoodie, the compulsive gambler. What this story is actually about is not so much just a school, but a transfer student who just moved in and on her very first day was able to beat one of the better gamblers in her homeroom. After this, she goes on a wild gambling spree, and we get to follow along with every one of her misadventures. If you want to see when and where you can watch this show, then I'll keep you up to date. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll let you know as soon as I know. Next, we have an upcoming anime by Studio White Fox called Zero Kara Hajimeru Maho no Sho, or The Grimoire of Zero. The Grimoire of Zero follows a little witch named Zero. Where have I heard that before? Who's on a mission to find the Grimoire of Zero. Go figure. Inside this tome, it is said to contain the power to destroy the world, and she's on her way to retrieve it. In her journeys, she meets a half-man, half-beast mercenary who longs to be just a full-blown human. Why would you want that? I would totally want to be a half-man, half-beast. Said half-man, half-beast is coerced into being Zero's bodyguard and escort on her journey to find the tome and hopes that she will be able to turn him into a full-blown human. The anime is set to come out on April 10th and will more than likely be available for streaming very shortly after. If you want to see one or both of the anime promotional videos, take a look in the Hihu below for a link. Moving right along, Konosuba. A name you probably know very well already. Konosuba is actually an anime that came out last year, and its second season just ended this week. So Konosuba actually fits into a genre and archetype that we're becoming flooded and overrun with. It's about characters that get stuck in a fantasy world and then have to live out the rest of their lives in said fantasy world. What makes Konosuba great is that it doesn't take itself too seriously. Every single one of the characters in this show happens to be a complete moron, and the way that they accomplish their mission is not only miraculous, but completely moronic and insanely hilarious. If you guys haven't seen Konosuba yet, I highly suggest you start. I'm talking about Konosuba today, not because it just ended, but because the game developer 5PB actually just announced they're going to be making a video game for it. So if you haven't had your fulfillment of moronic game archetypes and horrible characters and laughable plot situations, then yes, you can now play it yourself. As of now, there is no release date, so once again, subscribe to the channel and I'll make sure that you know as soon as I know. But I'll have links to the promotional video in the Hihu below. You know, you're getting hair all over me, right? I have for you next another very popular anime that came out in the winter season, Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid is about a dragon maid. The way these two came together is that Kobayashi was drunk in the woods one day and befriended the dragon. The very next day, the dragon came to said drunkard's house to live as her maid. A cast of goofy characters are introduced into Kobayashi's life, and it is changed forever. If you haven't seen the series, it's another one that I recommend. Very funny show, very good feeling, and it's actually one of the better slices of life that I have seen, even though I'm not the hugest fan of slice of life anime. But great news for fans of the show, you can now have your very own dragon tail meat pillow. That's right, they made a replica of Toru's tail in pillow form. It measures about 20 centimeters by 60 centimeters and would make a great new addition to your pillow collection. You can use this pillow to snuggle with, hug on, laugh with, or even chew on if you are so daring. If you want to read more about this adorable little pillow, check the links once again in the Hihu below. And I've saved the best for last, Sword Art Online. That's a heavily debated topic. If you haven't already seen SAO, and I'm really not sure who I'm talking to because I'm pretty sure everybody has already seen or at least knows about SAO, Sword Art Online is a franchise about a close-knit group of friends who find themselves in virtual game worlds where oftentimes the players' very lives are at risk. The latest installment in the franchise is the newest movie, Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale. Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale actually differs a little bit from the past installments in the series because it is based on a game that uses augmented reality instead of virtual reality. The movie itself came out in Japan not too long ago, and more recently, the beginning of this month, it was released in Mexico, Taiwan, South Korea, and Thailand. The reason I'm talking about it today is because it actually kept its top 10 spot in each of these countries for 2 consecutive weeks, and in Thailand and Taiwan, it actually stayed within number 5 for 2 consecutive weeks. Now, for those that are skeptics, I actually do recommend watching this movie because it actually is probably one of the more palatable installments in the franchise. That is all I have time for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see and you want to see more, definitely consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I'll help keep you guys up to date with the latest anime and manga news, new releases, and the top anime stories. Once again, my name is Claysian, and I'll talk at you later. Jane!